towards where Davy Rogers is up. Rogers swings the left. Oh, what a goal by Davy Rogers!
Not one person in this stadium seen this coming.
You can see the guards behind the goal at the main stand. They will be investigating Shelbourne for robbery. They have absolutely mugged Trinity United here at Tottenham.
Hubbard find the goal! Harry Wood, the jersey's off. 6 minutes to... Look at the back one! What a goal that is!
Hi folks, and welcome to another LOI talk. I have to assume, I almost hesitated about this evening show because the weather is fantastic, but you know I couldn't avoid. I'm so addicted to this Thursday show that even when the weather is this good, I said no, I will go ahead with it. And then we have Jason joining us, so no, we have to go ahead. And I'm always pleased to hear Cornell every Thursday. So all things considered, I decided to go ahead. So there's no weather that will stop me to do this. Heat wave, anything like that. LOI talk will always speak louder. So here we are to honor our duty. Guys, chat box is open. There are already people writing us. Thank you very much, John. Looking forward to another great show with the lads. Ben, back for the best time of the week. Cheers for that. And you will miss me too much. Absolutely. Yeah. The chat box is open. Let's make it this interactive. We want to go through last weekend games. What is it on the horizon for the next weekend? And have also a chat with Jason to see what he does on YouTube, Instagram, and yeah, maybe he can also offer us some ideas because I watch some of your stuff, Jason. I think it was very, very inspirational. So maybe we can gather some insights around that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. If you know someone who is into this, please share. We'll be here for the next hour, 1.5 hours, talking LOI football. And if you enjoy the way we discussed this topic, please put a thumbs up below and help us distribute the content. So I'm very glad to have you here, Jason. You are a newcomer, and I'm delighted to have you here every Thursday, Cornell. So
Thank
looking
you very
forward
much.
to this. I hope
Thanks
you
very
guys
much.
are well. All good on your end, Cornell?
Yeah, it's very sunny here, very dry. It's breezy still, but enjoying the weather. Very, very warm. Despite making the tired journey from London, stayed down there for like 5 to 6 days down in London, but it was very, very hot down there. And the sun blazing in London and where I am up here in Lincoln. But yeah, the weather's absolutely fantastic. Enjoying it.
Very good. What's the story up there in Derry, Jason?
Well, I'm actually from Mayo myself. It's lovely. It's lovely. I wish we had a bit of breeze though. It's a fairly, warm and that. Just wish we had a bit more breeze, but lovely to have.
Yeah, actually, Mayo is one of the countries I haven't visited yet, but everything going well, I'll be there in the summer because I aim to visit every single county in Ireland, and I think I might get 60-70%. But anyway, this is not about travel. This is about football. Maybe one day we can discuss travel. Why not? But today it's football. Let's be loyal to our agenda, and let's kick off with a game that happened last weekend. Drogheda beat Waterford 2-0. Drogheda is in great form. It seems that we should take them seriously because they will be probably at the top till the end of the competition, Jason.
Yeah, we faced Drogheda, Derry City, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I think they're going to be up there. I think they're a surprise package this season. Really do. I think they're better football than some of the Drogheda sides in the last couple of years.
Cornell, do you think Drogheda fans have reasons to be optimistic and they will have good news at the end of the season, like last year?
Yeah, I think Drogheda fans right now can be very optimistic now. They're top of the table. They're winning all their games. They're showing that they are the true underdogs of the League of Ireland. winning against Waterford, a team that is competing for the European places this season. I don't think Waterford was actually expecting to lose this game, but Drogheda, look, we have to take them seriously. Last season they showed why they are the team that they are, and this is Drogheda United we're talking about, and we've got informed players there. Warren Davis absolutely on fire this season for Drogheda, and Dara Markey, who won the Player of the Month of this season. Today, obviously, he won it last season and won it this season again, so that's twice that he's won it. These are absolutely key players that really show their quality on the pitch. And look, at the end of the day, I think Warren Davis is going to be someone that I think a lot of fans will be looking out for, and we want to watch this season and can really know where the goal is. And I won't be surprising if EFL clubs come marching for him and stuff, and try and sign him. But look, Warren Davis is a quality central midfielder who can create goals and make things happen. But I think Dara Markey has really shown his class and his quality. But excellent, amazing result for them, and I think Drogheda can really go on and really start looking to the tough games that are coming up. But yeah, I think everybody in the League of Ireland has to really take them seriously.
Question from John: Are Drogheda the shock of the league, Cornell?
Yeah, they are, because they're shocking everybody. They're showing all the big teams. It don't matter if it's a Derry City. It don't matter if it's Shamrock Rovers or Shelburne, or it's the Shamrock Rovers. It doesn't matter who's in their way. They are coming to shock. They're coming to shock the league. They're showing big teams that they can stand up to them and say, well, you might have all these experienced players, or you have whichever players you have, but Drogheda United is an underdog team. That is why they are the underdogs of the League of Ireland. They are the reason why they are top. They probably feel that they have a chance to say, well, yeah, we all know that St. Pat's are probably going to go on and win it, or Shelburne or Shamrock Rovers is going to go on and challenge and possibly go on and win the title. But why can't Drogheda go on and say, well, we're underdogs, we're an underdog side. Look at what the manager's done. Keith Dougherty has done. He's got the best out of these players. He's brought players from the youth academy and turned them into serious prospects and helped them to develop and improve. So why can't Drogheda go on and challenge for the title? Even if they don't win it and they finish second, it don't really matter. But we have to take them seriously. This is Drogheda United we're talking about here. We're talking about players that were playing for them a long time ago, like from your Adam Foley's to your Brennans and so on. This is a brand new Drogheda United. Yeah, they've got injuries in the team. There's no Taylor Draper. Obviously, Taylor is not in it. I get it. I understand that. They've got two players that were very, very key last season, and they're out injured, but they've shown that they've got other players. They've got Warren Davis that can be relied on, and then they've got Dara Markey that's also can be relied to.
Jason, so far, Drogheda have shocked a few teams. Do you think they have the capacity to keep doing this till the end of the season?
They may try and keep it up. I think they'll just be around the second or third, I'd say. I don't know. It's very hard to know with Drogheda. They are good at the moment, but can they keep it up? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to the next game. I know we have a lot to say about that, Jason. That broke my heart as a Cork City fan. I was, with all the respect for Derry, I was expecting more from Cork. Okay, I know it was a tough game, but I was expecting more in terms of result and also performance. I think Cork could have done better, but I think Derry is catching up. You have the same understanding from a Derry lens, Jason?
Well, we were in the relegation zone in the early, couple of games, and we're slowly to get, our rhythm back. Can we go on and win the league? I still think Derry City might just come up short with the league. Like last season was a terrible season that towards the end, it was very good to start, but just towards the end, we just lost it. Something needed to be different. these new players, I think they're much higher and much better than the players that we had the previous season. And this result at the weekend proved, one, Michael Duffy, just a brilliant player. And all the other players, the new ones are starting to get a little bit better towards them. I hope we do win the league, but I just think we will come short and come second.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be too bad for Derry to finish second, considering all the obstacles and challenges you had on the preseason. Coronel, do you think that is feasible, or that's or they are dreaming too high?
I think Derry City have been the team that everyone's been talking about. Like, has Tian Lynch brought too many experienced players and not brought the youth into the team to give so that the younger players can learn from the experienced players? I think like Derry City are in a place where they want to be challenging for the league. They want to be challenging for the League of Ireland. Yes, of course, we were all talking about Liam Boyce. Why hasn't he scored any goals? You've got Shane Ferguson in the team as well. You've got Dom Thomas in there, Robbie Benson in there. These are players that can really make things happen and etc. But I think Derry City, to go on and beat Cork City, even though Cork City scored first, and Cork City were the underdogs going into this game, and they thought, yeah, they could cause a shot, but Derry City always comes up, the best team. And I'm not gonna lie, obviously Michael Duffy has been so relied on, and that's the reason why he's got 5 goals this season, and why the reason he is leveled with Aidan McKenna, and why he is the key player that is going to make things really, really happen. And I think it might come to a halt that maybe, yes, I think maybe Michael Duffy might need someone to come in his place in case of injury. But I think what it has shown, I think if they can finish in a very good position, even though it's taken Tian Lynch to really get to know his squad, get to know who is his best starting 11, and obviously play the right players that want to play in the team, then I think they can get. I think they definitely can get get 3 points out of their games, out of the coming games. But again, I think maybe it might take a toll on Michael Duffy. Yes, we all know how fantastic he can be on when it comes to free kicks, but I just kind of feel like if they can carry on gaining that momentum, if Tian Lynch can nail his starting 11, nail what type of formation that really suits Derry City, how the players can adapt to it, and his style of play, I feel like Derry City has every chance to challenge for the title and really put their say and say, well, yes, we are in a decent position, but they can still challenge and still get up there this season.
So John just brought up what we were discussing, guys, off camera. The Cork looked to be in serious bother with injuries. Getting injuries is a massive loss. Do you want to add something to this, Coronel? Do you think what Cork should do about it, in your opinion?
In my opinion, when I read this morning on X this morning, that Rory Keating is going to be out to 6 to 9 months, I felt very, very sorry for Cork City, because he has been in wicked good form. Him and Sean Maguire. When they first won they won the first division last season, and when they got promoted back to the Premier Division, I was rooting for them, and I said, you know what, I think they can really stay up this season and really cause a lot of damage to some big teams in the Premier Division. But now seeing that Keating is out and obviously Maguire is out, I think it's a very, very big blow. But I think Keating is that player. I mean, he didn't get it. He get his form right at St. Pat's, didn't really work. Had to go back to Cork City for him to find his true form and really get back to the Rory Keating that we all know that he can be. But right now, with Keating out of the picture now, Sean Maguire out of the picture, fingers crossed they can get him back at some point. You do worry about their front line. you're going to worry, where is the goals going to come from? And I'm sure Victor will obviously, you'll agree with that. Where is the goals going to come from? Who's going to score the goals? You can't put a 17-year-old kid like Cathy O'Sullivan up front, because the boy is talented. I think he's like a new Phil Foden as you look at him. But where is the goals going to come from? Somebody has to step up from the youth academy and say, well, okay, well, I'll put you up front, put them up front and see what they can do. Or they try out O'Sullivan up front, see what he's like up front. If he can get the goals, he get the goals. But when you look at it from a certain point of view, Cork City are in serious trouble. And this is very, very worrying for them. And it is worrying for the Cork City fans that are obviously looking at this and thinking, well, I don't see where the goals are coming from. There's no Greg Bolger in there in that midfield because he was so key in that midfield. Yeah, the defense, the back line is pretty decent, but it's that front line that worries Cork City fans. And it might kind of like look at it and think, well, I'm not sure where the goals are going to come from. I'm not sure if where the creativity is going to come from. Who's going to get in the box and try and put the ball in the back of the net? You know, these are the questions that, you know, like Tim Clancy has to look at and really study and say, well, how can he bring? Who could he bring? Does he go into the free agent transfer window and try and get maybe one or two strikers just to help out the young quality players that are in there? Does he do that, or does he wait till the summer and say, well, bring two strikers in and then Cork City will be back up there? But I think if they can try and get Sean Maguire fit back, I mean, I know he won't come back tomorrow, but if he can come back for the next game, I think they definitely got a chance. But without Maguire, without Keating and his team, especially Rory Keating, I think Cork City are in serious trouble, and I think they could be fighting for their lives from now to the end of the season.
Yeah, very worrying. Turning to you, Jason, as a Derry fan, what are your thoughts on the Astro? There's a lot to talk about it.
Oh, I don't particularly like the AstroTurf myself. Shout out to a friend of mine, if I can shout out him out. I don't know if you heard of him, Club Passion 2020. He's actually a friend from Derry that actually helped me become a Derry City fan. Me and him are on the same line. The AstroTurf needs to come out. But I think it's going to be an awful lot of, money to, take out the Astro and put in a normal field turf, I think.
Okay, let's move to next game, which is something we're all very curious about. This game, I think anything could happen, and both got a win. I think it was a good win for both. Let's see if it changes the next couple of months. And 4-2, I think that was a very exciting game. I didn't watch, but I followed the score, and I think it was quite dynamic. What are your thoughts on this result, Jason?
Well, I do watch-alongs on YouTube, and when I was hearing about this, I was like, geez, I thought Sligo would be a bit better than, Bows, they're level, but Jesus, I think Bohemians could win the title this season. Really do think so. And I'm not sure, but I just think they have, brilliant players. I do think Shelburne will drop off this season. I do think Bohemians may be the team to look out for the title this season.
Oh, that's something we haven't said before, but why not? What are your views, Cornell, on that result?
My views on this result is I don't know what it was, but I think Bohemians were probably listening to what I said in the previous podcast that they had to show up. And when I said that, when they went with 6 defeats and they were losing their games, and I was like, they have to show up. They have to show that they want to play for Alan Reynolds. They have to show that they really want to start getting results on the board. And said, done. In 5 minutes, they scored. And you see the likes of Ross Attorney playing very well. Him and Denvoy were linking up together. Fantastic goals all around. Hard-working, determined performance from Bohemians. And I said that this team, had to do something because Alan Reynolds' job is on the line. Alan Reynolds, obviously, if he had lost this game against Salogo, you have to give Salogo the credit that they deserve. Look, they were 2 goals down and they found a way to come back 2-2. But Bohemians said, "Well, we're not going to go into this game and draw and then get booed by the Bohemian fans and get stick." They got a 3rd and a 4th, and you have to really give so much hard work and credit to Bohemians because they showed the quality, they showed the determination, and they showed the belief, and they showed the confidence that they can really go on and get the result done. And this was like a must-win game for them. Now they can go into the next game and go in there with full of confidence and full of belief and really try to be up there. Do I think they're title contenders? I'm not saying they can't be title contenders. I mean, there's been serious talk about Mose, being of this experience. Is he good or good enough? I haven't still seen him being starting in the starting 11. Whelan is starting ahead of him, and obviously, look, Whelan is getting on the goals now, and we're seeing the very best of Whelan like he was at St. Pat's. But look, again, you got to big up Bohemians for this, and how hard they work to really win the game. But I think if they can carry on that sort of wicked performance that they showed against Salogo, I think they definitely have a chance of maybe challenging for the title. But they have to really convince a lot of Bohemian fans that they can really get the results done and really try and find a way to get Mose playing, because there's no point in being on the bench. There's no point in him being part of the Bohemian squad and then he's not getting no playing, or unless Alan Reynolds tries to basically play both of them up front and see what happens from there.
A result that was nowhere in my expectations. Rovers having all the way to Galway and returning to Dublin with the 3 points. I know that we shouldn't underestimate Rovers. I mean, they're an alpha team, like it or not. But considering the Galway form, I was not expecting that result. A draw, maybe, but Shamrock winning, maybe I was just naive. Would you share my views, Cornell, or do you think Rovers just step up and show that they are who they are?
I think Shamrock Rovers show that they can really step up their game, and they show the quality. Like, we're seeing the quality of the likes of Dylan Watts, we're seeing the likes of quality of Danny Grant, and we're seeing the quality of Matt Healy. We're seeing a new midfield 3, /midfield 4 now, obviously, since the likes of Poom leaving and so on. Yes, I do question Shamrock Rovers is up front. I think they still need a striker in the summer, which I believe that they will get done, and they'll find a way to take that out of the situation, despite relying on 16-year-old Noonan to actually get the goals and try and score and etc. But I think this was a game that I felt that maybe Galway United would have gone on and try and win. They were the only team that was actually unbeaten throughout the whole of the League of Ireland this season. They've really had a fantastic first half of the season of the League of the League of Ireland this season. Moses Dyer is absolutely on fire. Scored a wonder goal in the previous game. 2 wonder goals. Obviously, Dyer wasn't really at it in the game, but you have to give credit to Galway United. They defended really well. They gave their heart and soul into the game, their effort, their work ethnic in the game. But Shamrock Rovers came up in the end, and even though Galway United gave them a hard time, Shamrock Rovers still found a way. Are we seeing them back at their best right now, Shamrock Rovers? Yeah, I believe we are. I mean, Stephen Bradley is really finding the DNA to get Shamrock Rovers back to the Shamrock Rovers that we always know and we always see. So I think it's heartbreaking for Galway United that they lost this game, and the streak is over for them now. And I mean, of course, I don't think Galway United will let this slide. I think they'll know that they've got the European places to challenge for this season from now to the end of the season. Shamrock Rovers, I still believe they'll be in and around the chance to challenge for the League of Ireland title, and I think they'll be with the likes of Shelburne and of course Pats and so on. But I think, look, listen, fair plays to Shamrock Rovers. I think they deserve to win this game. Yeah, it's undone for Galway United, but I think the best is to come from Galway United and also from Shamrock Rovers as well.
Jason, you are in the Neighbor County. Your thoughts on this game?
Mayo and Galway don't really like each other, so
No.
Shamrock, look, for this game, I'd say go on, fair play to you, but no. I think Galway is going to slip off an awful lot. I do think, not relegation zone, but maybe 6th or 5th. Shamrock maybe fighting for the Conference League spots, maybe 3 or 4th. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think Galway's going to keep this up.
Now, another one that I think everyone was very much looking forward to, the Dublin Derby between the two teams that some people believe that they will win the title. I think a lot of fans have put their money on those two, and they finish with a 0-0 draw. Jason, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Dublin Derby?
I didn't watch it myself, but yeah, I don't know. But I think Shelburne is going to slip off an awful lot as well. Why? Well, from being champions, I think it puts a lot of weight on you. And plus, I think St. Pat's are a little bit better with their squad and everything. And I think Shelburne will be, roundabout relegation, so not there. That's how I feel about that.
Comment here from John. It suffered the TV curse. Who suffered the TV curse? I cannot link the TV curse to someone. I know you guys can help me here, but if you can clarify who is suffering from the TV curse, maybe we can make a comment. Just another comment from John. Muse will leave in the summer. He's worse than myself. Maybe one day we need to see John in action. Have a better understanding of Muse skills. Cornell, just what are your thoughts on the Dublin Derby?
My thoughts on the Dublin Derby. I watched the game myself. I thought like both teams looked like it was a bit dead for me. Like St. Patrick's had more of the possession, which they did. Like they had more possession of the ball, they had more like goal threat going forward. But the only thing was, I mean, like obviously for me, it was missing Aidan McKinnon. Like they had Mason Mealy up front, they had Zebedee and Jake Mulaney, but for me, there was no fight in the game. There was no life in the game. There wasn't no upliftment in the game to say, oh yeah, this is a fantastic Dublin Derby. Oh, you got to get off your feet. Someone's going to get you off your feet. Yeah, we saw some few returns, obviously from injury as well. We saw Cian Levy come back, which who almost scored. Obviously, John Martin, I think, is a big blow for them because he's been pushing out the likes of Sean Boyd and Mipo Odebeko out of the team. But I think, like for me, I think this wasn't the very best of Dublin Derby games. Despite that St. Pat's have got the more squad depth in their team and stuff, but I think we didn't see the very best of Mason Mealy. We're talking about Mason Mealy, who basically is going to be heading to Tottenham next year. We didn't see that, and you could clearly see even when the crosses were coming in, and when even the balls were coming into the box and they were going forward, both teams were going forward. Yeah, Odebeko kind of like made some sort of difference. When he came on for an injured John Martin, who's been like really, really decent since obviously playing in Damien Duff's plans and in the starting 11. But there was no excitement to the Dublin Derby. Like we didn't see the Dublin Derby that we expect to see. St. Pat's, yeah, they were dominating. They were making more possession of the ball. They were looking to try and get a goal, but there was nothing. There was no resilience in this game. And I think it was another boring, suckish game, suckish Dublin derby that we haven't seen for a while. We needed some upliftment. League of Ireland fans needed some upliftment, but I think like both teams were lacking up in the final third, and I think a draw was actually the right result for both teams.
It seems that John agrees with you, Coronel. Another boring game they picked for Virgin Media. Jason, do you think the draw end up as a punishment for both teams, or they'll be happy with it?
It's early in the season. I think they'll be happy with the 0-0. It's get more points on the table, and it's not really a negative to have a 0-0. I suppose it's a boring game, but the more points you have, better.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So these were our weekend games. So before we move to next weekend, or tomorrow, actually, it's already Thursday, we're going to put you on the spot, Jason. I mean, you were told in advance. I hope you don't run away.
Sorry?
We have no.
You were saying something. I didn't know what you were saying. Sorry.
No, I was just hoping you won't run away, because we're going to put you on the spot with a couple of questions.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Myself and Cornell. So I'm going to start, Cornell, if you don't mind. We can do maybe 1-1. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, question for you, Jason. So you are a dairy fan. I want to ask about the love story. How did that start? Was it a family? Was it a game you watch? Was it a lady? What was it?
Right. Well, I tell you, I was always a Manchester United fan, and I'm still that. But I went to League of Ireland team, and there was none in Mayo. So I talked to my friend, good old Club Passion, 2020. He's all over, Instagram and all that. Just an absolute great friend to have, from Derry. Actually, my friend in the shop in Ballina was telling me about good old Club Passion. And basically, so we were chatting for a while, and he said, you should come up to Derry sometime. After when he helped me pick the Derry City, as a team. I'm a fan since 2023. So I'll be coming on 3 years next year. And I love the club. I don't know. A Mayo man loving, a club far away from Mayo. I know we're having our own, Mayo FC. I think it's next year, 26. Yeah, I think it's next year. But I wouldn't even, no. I love this club too much. Just because of my friend. And I was there last year when we bet, dropping the United 5-1. That was just some experience to be at, It was just shout out to him. Shout out for him for inviting me up, because it's just great passion.
Oh, yeah. Cornell.
What made you support Derry City, and who was your best player growing up as a Derry City fan?
Right. Well, as I said, good old Club Passion, he helped me pick out, he was telling me, the teams and that, the history and all that. Because of being a United fan, I just wanted to, support an Irish team, and Derry City, because he supports it. And he's a United fan as well. It just made sense. My favourite player, give me a sec, because I actually have a t-shirt on him. Just give me a sec.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Great quality player, Will Patchin. Yeah.
Oh, I was so sad when he left.
Excellent player.
Just a brilliant player.
Okay. Let's stay now in Mayo. You mentioned that there might be a FC Mayo soon. Are they applying to the National League, to this third tier?
I'm not sure what's happening. think that they are, but I'm not really sure what's happening yet. So
And what if they play against each other? What will happen to your heart?
there he says it.
Yeah,
I
love is
couldn't.
love.
I couldn't.
Love is love. Cornell, your turn.
My turn. My question to you is: what made you have your own YouTube channel, and how did you set it up, and how did you go about it?
Well, I tell you, I am on YouTube since 31st of August 2013 with loads of channels and everything. I was doing, I was doing United stuff, but I didn't like that. So I was doing wrestling stuff, didn't like that. I suppose mainly every few months I like to change my channel, But it's only the last few months that I stopped and I was like, do what my friends were even telling me, Jay, just do the football that you like.
Mm-hmm.
So since 2 months ago, I haven't changed my content. I'm only doing Derry City content, United and Ireland. And that's what I love. That's what I love doing. I just sometimes, get mixed up and I just, like to change, but doesn't really work out. This is working for me. And I just have great people, helping me and all that. And it's just made me, just settle down a bit,
Mm-hmm.
So still on the heart topic. So last year we saw Rovers facing Chelsea. What if next year United plays Derry in the Conference League?
Oh my God. I can't tell you how I would feel. Oh, I don't know.
You can always say
I
a
don't
draw.
know.
You can always say a draw. That's the easy answer, no?
Yeah, I was overthinking. I was like,
They go
which team
penalties.
will I get?
They go penalties. Then you need to pick a team. Penalties.
Oh, jeez. That'd be awful hard to pick on penalties. I don't know. I love the two of them too much. I'd rather have a draw than anything.
You walk away when the penalty shootout starts. Yeah, that's a wise move. Coronel, let's keep challenging our man here.
What do you play like? What do you play like video games, or what type of video games do you like to play when before you start filming on YouTube and etc.?
I do like FC25
Oh yeah.
and WW2K20. No, wait a minute. Sorry. 2K25 of WWE and just, all them sort of games you can get on Xbox Live. I do try and look for new games as well.
Do you actually like film them on? Do you live stream them on YouTube, or do you just like not bother?
I do. I used to do it on Twitch, but it only gives you 30 minutes of uploading onto YouTube because you can't do it with the Xbox. Unfortunately, you can with a PS go live straight. So what I do now is starting last week, trying to get back into it because. To be lazy about that, but I'm starting a Derry City career mode where Derry City moves to Spain and Barcelona moves to Ireland, and we switch the teams around, try and win the Champions League with one Derry City player, and I brought Sean Patton from it, so I'm going to try and win the Champions League with Sean Patton.
Last question from my end. I think the Irish team, not only the League of Ireland, also the Irish team is gaining some momentum. How far do you think the Irish team can go with a new coach?
How far? I'm not really sure about the manager. I'd like to. I'm getting behind the manager. It's just hard to, with the previous results and everything. Yes, we had two great results the last two games, but can we do much? If we can qualify for the World Cup and make it into the group stage, I'd be a happy man.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. And
Definitely.
then, Cornell, that's on you.
My final question is, would you like to see Ireland win the World Cup at some point?
Oh, definitely. I'll be 34 this year, so like not many years left for Ireland to be good. We have good players.
Yeah, that to be some year with Ireland winning the World Cup, and maybe both win the League of Ireland. That to be some interesting year. Right. So let's go back to the games and just briefly. We usually, I don't know if you are familiar with the structure or not, Jason. We briefly discuss the first division, so we don't go in detail. We just
Okay.
try to call out a couple of things that are of interest. So maybe Cornell, you can start with that. Anything you think it's good to refer here?
Yeah, Dundalk, they're unstoppable this season. They've shown how quality of a team that they are, and they're really up to really come back to the Premier Division for next season. I think they're going to be the team to absolutely watch this new season in the First Division. I think Coles as well is another team as well to watch as well. Treaty United as well is also one as well. So I wouldn't underestimate these three teams at the moment. Yes, Kerry is starting to get their sort of form back, and Wexford also are starting to find a way as well. But I think Dundalk is gonna be very difficult to stop this season.
Anything you want to highlight, Jason, on the First Division that we should be aware
Just
of?
like, sorry, what's your name again?
My name is Cornell.
Cornell. Just what Cornell was saying, basically. Yeah, I don't really watch the First Division myself. I do apologize, but yeah, I heard the Dundalks, climbing up the table in the League One, and I think they will be dominant. They may even quickly come back into the title picture when they come up next season. We'll have to see.
Just from John point of view, Treaty beating Kerry 3-0 made his weekend. Yeah. And before we move to Premier Division, just going back to Ireland, remarkable achievement. We will celebrate it in the pub and we will stay there forever. I sign up for that. I sign up. I think Ireland doesn't need to win the World Cup for that. I can easily stay there for a long time. But
Oh, yeah.
all right, so let's move to next weekend games. Let me just look for it. And talking of pub, I was actually talking to a friend, Jason, a couple of days ago, who lives in Mayo, and he says you can get a pint of Guinness for less than a fiver in Mayo. Is it true or is it fake news from my friend?
Yes, I think it's Galway. I think it's Galway that you can get a pint for. No, yes,
But he's
it's
in
really
Mayo.
good.
He's in Castlebar. Castlebar is Mayo, no?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that about Castlebar.
I go to
May-
every single pub in Castlebar. And
Yeah.
one will have a pint for less than €5.
I didn't know that. Basically, down in our area, it's nearly a five or so.
All right. Yeah, good food for you guys. Let's start with another Dublin derby. Shelbourne Bohemians. I'll stay with you, Jason. So you think Bohemians will get another 3 points and keep climbing?
Well, what I said about this one was, and I have notes, so it's handy to have. Basically, I just went for a quick prediction of 2-2. I think this is written as a draw, this one. Two good teams, and I just think, any of them is going to be hard to be beaten. I just think, 2-2 is a fair result.
Sounds very entertaining. 2-2 on a Dublin derby. Sounds a game that we shouldn't miss. Are you the same enthusiastic about this game, Cornell?
I think this is going to be this is another massive Dublin derby again. I would like to see more entertainment from both teams. I want to see both teams show some resilience in this team, show some excitement, bring some fight and desire. to the game, to the Dublin derby tomorrow. Obviously Shelburne are looking to try and see if they can win this game, of course, and stuff. I mean, 4 wins between 4 wins for Shelburne, 4 wins again for Bohemians, and 12 draws in the Dublin derby. So I think it's a massive game, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if I see Shelburne try and get a 1-0 win. But knowing my luck, I think it's going to be another draw. It wouldn't be surprising because, I mean, obviously, I think what will be interesting to see who plays up front as well for Shelburne. Are we going to see Odebeko and Boyd play together? Because I think obviously John Martin and Harry Wood have really pushed them out this season, and that's the reason why we haven't seen Boyd, who's got 3 goals this season, and Odebeko's only got 1 goal. So I think if Damien Duff can play either a 2 or 3 up front, maybe with Odebeko and Boyd playing up front as well, and have Harry Wood playing there, I think Shelburne will win very, very easily. As for Bohemians, I think Bohemians have to really step up their game again. I would like to see like Mose play alongside Whelan at some point, because I think I think we need to see the very best. We need to see what really Mose is really about, really, to be honest. But I think it wouldn't be surprising if Shelburne gets the win for me. So I think I'm going to go 1-0 win to Shelburne.
There's a factor here that we forgot, guys. It's on Virgin Media, so there's a high chance it's a 0-0.
Yeah, well, I think we'll have to wait and see. If it is a 0-0, then claps to John Brennan on getting the prediction right.
We'll see next week. Next one we have here is an interesting one. Cork, St. Patrick's. Like myself as a Cork fan, just a quick note. Before the news yesterday, I was confident that Cork at least could make St. Patrick's life hard. But after that, I'm like my hopes are nearly zero, Cornell.
Yeah, I think this is a St. Patrick's win all over it now. I mean, we all thought that Rory Keating was gonna play in this game on the weekend, and probably show why he is the striker that everybody's talking about. But right now, I think the hopes are completely dead right now, and I think St. Pat's obviously are also going through the same similar problem as well, with Aidan McKinnon being out through injury as well. At least it's not as bad as we had hoped, but I think this is a chance for Mason Media to step up now. And obviously, I think what I was reading today in the Deck Football through the Irish article today that concerning that Mason Media has to step up, and it is true. He has to step up. He has to show why he is the young striker that everybody's talking about. Why he is the striker that Tottenham Hotspur are looking forward to seeing next year. Why is he going to light up the League of Ireland this season with the goals, and really show that, look, that Kinner is out injured now. This is what Mason Media can do, and then he's also got it easy for himself too. He's got Zebedee, he's got Jake Mulaney to help him out. Yes, of course, they've got problems. They've got injuries in the midfield. Obviously, Ramon Palmer is out for 4 months. That's a very big blow for them. They've got Lennon back, which is a big blow, which is a very good sign for them. Obviously Barry Bagley as well is also a big A plus for them. So I think I can definitely see St. Patrick's winning this game, unless Cork City can come up with some sort of plan B and try and figure out a way who can play up front for them, or unless Cathy O'Sullivan can be put up front, and try and get the goals and really show his quality and show his talents at the age of 17. I think there's a zero possibility of no win for Cork City, but I can just see St. Patrick's winning this one.
Do you share the same views as us, Jason, or do you think Cork will upset St. Patrick's in a way no one can predict.
No. What I think is going to happen is I think it'll be Cork 1 and St. Pat's 3. An easy win for St. Pat's. I just think Cork will get a goal myself, but be a very easy game for St. Pat's.
Going out to your territory, to Derry. Derry is facing Drogheda, who are in great form. Do you think Derry can challenge Drogheda's sequence of good results, or Drogheda will show why they are in that shape?
So I do quick score predictions on my YouTube channel, but I will say it for here. I do think it's going to be a tough game. I do think Derry City will win 1-0 in this game.
1-0. Yeah. 3 points. That's what matters, no?
Exactly.
Cornell, do you share Jason's view that Derry will manage to get the 3 points, even though it's one way with a 1 goal difference?
I think if Ian Lynch can get his starting 11 correct, play his best players, get the best out of Liam Boyce, because we haven't seen Liam Boyce get any goals as such yet since he signed during the January transfer window. I think Derry City's got a chance of winning against Drogheda. Yes, Drogheda will come into this game with full belief, especially with the informed Warren Davis and Dara Markey as well, who's also on fire at the moment with his quality this season showing. But I think when you look at Derry City as a team and you look at the players that they got, from the Boyces to the Shane Fergusons, the Don Thomas to the Robbie Bensons, you look at that team and you think, well, can they really get? I mean, they are in an amazing form. They've shown how good they are. They've shown the quality, but it's about backing it up. It's okay bringing in all experienced players, but they have to gel together. They have to gel together as a team. They have to show that they are the team that no one doesn't want to be playing. If they want to be in and around the title race, along with the Shelburnes and the Shamrocks and the St. Pats, they have to show up. They have to show up this weekend, and they've got to show that they are the team that no one doesn't want to be playing this season.
Shamrock, Waterford. I was just double checking. Although I was nearly sure, Waterford lost 5 of their last 5 games, so they are in probably under pressure. They need to come up with a positive result. I'm not sure that visiting Tawat comes at the right time, Cornell.
I think Waterford right now will need to win this game. They need to come. I mean, to lose in their last 5 games is not very good sign for them, because I think high hopes have been put under pressure for them, especially for them to go on and really get some results going. And I think with the signings that they got, I mean, Almond, obviously, look, he's got 2 goals this season, and obviously, I think we need to see a bit more from Almond, to be honest, and we need to see him getting back to his best. Look, I think when you look at this game now, from a certain point of view, I think Shamrock Rovers are going to look very, very confident going into this game. You got informed players of Dylan Watts. You got informed players of Graham Burke as well, who's really bossing it right now with his quality. You've got Matt Healy and Danny Grant really showing their class as well too. So I think it's going to be a very, very interesting sort of game this, and I think Shamrock Rovers, I think, will be all over Waterford. But I think if Waterford can either get a draw or a win, I think it would be good for them. But I think with the quality that especially that Shamrock Rovers have, in that midfield area now. I mean, obviously, up front, they are still a bit light because they've only got Rory Gaffney and Aaron Green, still trying to carry the load, and unless Graham Burt plays there and etc., and then a 16-year-old kid like Michael Noonan, obviously, who's really showing his quality and showing his class. But yeah, I think look, at the end of the day, I think Shamrock Rovers has got like a huge chance to really cement their chance of getting back into the top 3. top two and really showing that they are not giving up on trying to win their 5th consecutive League of Ireland. So I think a Shamrock Rovers win for me, definitely against Waterford.
Jason, we know already that you do predictions for each and every single game. What was the prediction for that one?
So for the Rovers and Waterford game, I had 3 different, predictions, but I went with a 2-1 Shamrock Rovers win over Waterford.
Okey-doke. Sligo, Galway. I think Sligo is in a desperate need of a good result, and maybe Galway want to come back to where they were before this game. So I foresee a tough battle on the pitch, Jason.
Well, I don't know. I just came with a 3-1 win for Sligo Rovers in this one. I couldn't think of any other one. I just thought of a 3-1. I think they may beat Galway, in this one as well.
Shall we Galway run riot here?
No.
Cornell, 3-1 for Sligo, or something different from your perspective?
I think it'll be something different for this game. Sligo Rovers are 10th in the table. They're desperate for a result. They're desperate to get back to their best. John Russell's job being on the line, and basically, I think they'll be going into this game with full of belief, full of confidence that they can try and get a result. But I think with the way that Galway United obviously approached the first half of the new season of the League of Ireland, I think they'll be too strong for Sligo Rovers, and I think Moses Dyer will be going into this game with full of belief, and I think it wouldn't be surprising if Galway United win this game. So I think definitely Galway United win.
So that's what we have for the weekend, but we meet on a weekly basis, or meaning every Thursday, and there's a game happening on Monday, which was meant to take place a couple of months ago, or a month ago, I can't remember exactly. And my experience of those games, whether it's League of Ireland or some other league in Europe, is those games are always unpredictable because they happen when no one is expecting. So even if I think there are no favorites, and I'm not saying that from a Cork fan, it's just there's nothing you can say with accuracy about games that happened in a date that was not the original one. That's just my view. Cornell, how can that impact the game, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think this was a game that obviously Cork City was really up for before it got postponed. Right now, it's been rescheduled now. I think Cork City will be. I think this will be very interesting to see how Cork City do in this game, especially without the likes of Keating and the likes of Maguire not in it, and how they can get their best players back at some point to really play against Shamrock Rovers. But I think if Cork City don't show the class and they don't show the quality, then I think definitely Shamrock Rovers will win this one. So it wouldn't be surprising if Shamrock Rovers win and get a win over Cork City. Did
you prepare a prediction for this one, even though it only happens?
No, I actually didn't know about this one.
You can come up with one now if you don't mind.
I think 5-0. Sorry, but I think 5-0 to Shamrock.
Jesus, 5-0. So that probably will change my mind, John. If Jason is right, maybe I shouldn't go to Tawaton on Monday. So I'm gonna check my crystal ball. If you are right, I was planning just to answer John's question. But if Jason is right about the result, maybe I'll double check. I will go anyway. I go to every game here in Dublin when Cork is playing. So it will be a busy week because we have Tavat on Monday, and then we have Davimont Park on Friday. So a lot of live football next week. Not about complain. There was what things that happen in life. So yeah, we went through all the games, and it was very interesting to get your predictions here, Jason. especially that one of Bows winning the league. We'll keep that in mind, Cornell.
I think we'll keep this in mind. I think we'll see. You never say never. I'm not saying that. I don't think that Cork City will win against Shamrock Rovers. I think they could. You never know. I think they could turn up and make a huge shock. But the way that I see, especially Cork City's front line right now, without Keaton, without Maguire, I just see Shamrock Rovers just really running riot over Cork City.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's what what should happen next week. So yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate your insights. We'll see each other again next Thursday. Cornell, we discuss all the games, and I think we most likely have a guest who's a footballer, but I'm not going to reveal the name yet because it's not 100% sure. And it was good to have you here, Jason, with your predictions.
Thanks, Jason,
and
for coming.
enjoy those pints under 5-0. I'm quite jealous.
I'm looking at the United game as well.
How is it?
Yeah, it's on. Yeah.
What's the score so far?
It's 0-0 in the 5 minutes.
You just started, no?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So thanks again, and for people who watch us, please press all the buttons below. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see each other next Thursday. Have a good evening. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.